What's up, YouTube? Starting off strong with the top homes that you can find for around 500 in the Mount Vernon area. Uh, as you can see, I'm starting off on Zillow. I can show you my search filters. The for sale 450 to 525. I'm not setting any bed for bath because we're looking for anything. I made sure to unselect all the other options except for multifamily, townhouses, and houses. Because we're not really looking for land or any of that sort. I made sure to take off any foreclosures or auctions, no coming soons, just only owner posted, agent listed, and new construction, possibly. But even if I take off new construction, nothing's really changing. Uh, yeah. So there's a house currently that's a multifamily. Multifamilies are good for a term called house hacking, or if you just want to live in the home and rent out the rest. Of course, I will say that there are a few searches you're not going to get exactly what you want, which is you're not going to be able to actually see the full range of the house. You're only going to see, a limited amount of pictures. Sorry. And yeah, look for the AFI house. Um, so if you're just going to look at this one real quick, and I also have the Zillow rent estimate, which is pretty decent for, tracking whatever you want to look up when it comes to the rent. It's not going to be extremely accurate, but it could give you a pretty decent range and it'll show you comparables. Uh, if you're an investor, you might want to look at that, or even if you're someone who wants to live in a home and you just want to rent out some more space, then that could also be an option. So as you can see, this one's fully vacant, 4-unit multifamily with two-bedroom layout, which is actually really good. I'm sure you could get a decent amount for each one of those units. So it's obviously like a 2-1 per. Let's check real quick just to see what the rent is like. 32, 33, and 32, 33. It's not bad. Let's see what you get for a two-bed, one bath. So here you could just go to how many bedrooms, right? Want to do two, 700 square feet, 1,700. It says it was active. Well, honest, honestly, I don't think this is very accurate when it comes to 2,600. So, searching up the zip code, you just put Mount Vernon though. No, 3-bed, one bath for 226. Okay, let's put 2-1, and let's just you could just do the calculations here too. It doesn't say how much square footage it is, unfortunately. Probably a decent amount. We'll probably just say 700 per 700 times 4. It's like 2,800, something around there. Um, pull up a calculator actually. Yeah, 2,800. Uh, it's probably a little bit more, honestly. But if we say that's 700, we can assume that, you know, or around even 800. That's not bad at all. You're getting around 2,000, a good amount plus. So that definitely would give you a good amount in cash flow. It's for 499. So you'd also be able to cover your mortgage in that sense because let's say I think they have a mortgage, the payment calculator right here. If you have mortgage insurance, whatever, the principal interest, it covers your property taxes. Of course, property taxes are quite low. Assumption is I'd just say 10,000 times 1.7. 1.95. Yeah, how about that? Or 2.0. Let's go with that. And then the home insurance, sure, that could be more. Um, HOA, there's no HOA. Utilities. Of course, you'd probably have your tenants paying most of the utilities, but if you have to, some of that stuff would be a decent amount a month. It could go up, depending on how your usage is with that, of course. You see this good, there's no flood factor or fire factor. Um, all this stuff is not really as relevant unless you're worried about, like, let's say asthma or something of that course. Um, see, and the thing about Mount Vernon is a lot of Mount Vernon is accessible with the bus station, the train, and everything that you can get around with. Even if you wanted to call an Uber or a Lyft, it's really easy. It's very accessible, and there's a lot of options around here. Um, with it being in close proximity to the city, it's literally 5 minutes, not even that long away. You know, like if you take a quick look, like this is literally the Bronx. Like this is Mount Vernon, this is the Bronx. You're right here. You take the train. Well, you don't really see the train line, but you could take the train because this is the route that I go. Take the train all the way down here. You'll pretty much all the way be in near, you know, Grand Central already. It's like a 30-minute ride, 20-minute. Yeah, it's like 30-minute ride, right? So it's very accessible. You can even head from there all the way up here on the train, or you can even head to Connecticut on the train, going through that Mount Vernon east or west, whichever one you want to go through. So it's really good walkability, transportation, all that. And that's one of those really good things about Mount Vernon. There's a lot of highways connecting, and so you don't even have to worry about that. If you don't have a car, if you have a car, it doesn't really matter. It's accessible. Um, let's see. So that's one of the houses, of course. It's kind of in that price range. That's a decent amount. It's worth it, But of course, this property does look like it was needs a good amount of work just based off of looking at the back, especially. And there's not a lot of pictures available. Uh, so we'll just move on to the next one.